Hello, everyone. Uh, Especially WoW people, because this video is more or less for you. Um, Today, I want to talk a little bit about my adventures in WoW. Just a very tiny little bit, just a little update. And as you will see from this video recording, I'm doing it in daytime, which is not great because my apartment is on a thoroughfare and I need to keep the window open so I don't die of heat exhaustion. So you're going to hear probably traffic. I'm really sorry about that. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep trucking. Let's keep talking about WoW here. So some of you might not know this, but on and off, every now and then I slip into WoW. I don't have a lot of time, what with work and my other piece of work and me trying to find time writing and then me studying programming, and I'm trying to quilt something for my sister, and there's this other thing that I need to be doing for my mom. There's just a lot going on right now. Let's just say that. I'm a woman with a lot of things on her plate, multiple burners going on her stove, not really making headway in anything she really wants to make headway in. That's life, I suppose. But let's just ignore that and talk about WoW and where I'm at right now. So I restarted WoW again with a dragon boy who I think is kind of pretty. And so I'm a little bit excited about that. I'm a little bit excited, let's be real. But then I made the decision to go into Arcane Mage, and I'm going to be I'm going to be honest, guys, it doesn't make sense. Send help. No, I'm kidding. Part of me wants to immediately go to all of my lovely WoW fans who are so supportive of my journey and who are ready and willing to give me tons of advice. But part of me also wants to test the game on its own merits and to see how helpful or unhelpful it is in its own way. So in terms of Final Fantasy XIV, I think I hit around the second expansion, and that's when I was like, I want to get better at my job, at my class. And that's when I sought out some secondary help in the form of somebody called Westfall, who does these wonderful walkthroughs and explains all the tooltips. And between that and Joe Cat's read your tooltips, I began to really understand the importance of reading your tooltips, the information that goes on each spell or each action that your character might have, your class might have. And so when I came into WoW, I knew right away I needed to read my tooltips. So if you look at the footage, you could see that I was trying to reacquaint myself with tooltips. But I'm going to be honest, guys. Unlike in Final Fantasy XIV, which has a very set rotation, I'm not seeing the rotation for this mage yet. And I think it's how WoW is built. I think it's meant to be more like freestyle or something. And so in my head, I'm starting to just kind of equate it to Diablo more like than Final Fantasy, because the rotation isn't as clear to me. And I remember Wooly telling me that there is an optimal rotation in WoW, but it's not necessarily something that they just come out and tell you. And this kind of leads me to the conversation I've been seeing around the one button rotation, or all of those like kind of training wheels around playing your class. And I don't know if the one button thing is what someone like myself wants. I'm going to be frank here. I kind of actually want more of a guidance in terms of, for example, which button should I be pressing next? And that would help me, I think, a little bit better. Like procking, for example, like you could proc this, or you should press this after this. You should be double or triple weaving between these three optimal spells. I don't know. I just wish it was a little bit more clear about how to manage. I'm not trying to like prog here like a crazy world raider or whatever. Like I'm not that I'm not that ambitious, but I just want to feel like I'm doing damage and I'm hitting things and it's making sense. And so I'm just really, I guess I'm just, maybe it's just the class that I chose and I don't know. Like, I don't know if I chose a bad class. And this makes me kind of sad because I don't want to choose another class. I'm going to stick with this because I don't want to restart again. I don't want to restart my journey again. Essentially, what I'm planning to do is to see where the story leads me from Elwynn Forest beyond. I just want to see where, like, which zones open up where. And then I'll choose an expansion. And then when that time comes to choose, like, a specific expansion, like Cataclysm or Wrath or whatever, then I might make a new character and start again and work through that new class and that new character. Of course, they're all going to be Dragon Boys, which brings me back to another issue that I have, which is so far I've not yet found a way to save your character data in terms of character customization. Whereas in Final Fantasy XIV, you can actually save your character customization settings. And so if you want to make another alt for some reason and you just really love your original character, but for some reason you need to make an alt on some other data center or whatever, you can actually access the kind of like the prefab of your character and quickly remake it again. And so I guess I really am bummed out at the prospect of having to make multiple Dragon Boys, different classes, to get through different expansions. I don't know. It's anyhow, maybe it's for the better because clearly clearly it's not so simple to pick a class and kind of just go with it. In WoW, once you pick that class, that's it, you're done. And it's not like in Final Fantasy XIV, if you decide by level, I think it's 10 or 15, if you decide, oh, I don't like this class, guess what? You can switch it. You can just walk over to any mentor and start another class on the same character, but not here. So it feels like there's a lot more. Some people might call it investment. For me, I feel it's a bit more like a ball and chain. But here we are. We're playing some kind of Arcane Mage. Why did I pick Arcane Mage? I picked it because it's purple. Yeah. That's the truth. I did. And there seemed to be this long blast that you can push. That's like a single target type thing. And then there's a couple other buttons that you can push that are more like insta casts. They have some cooldowns. And then there's a whole bunch of AoE stuff. So I'm beginning to assume that this kind of mage might be more useful for like dealing with mobs, like crowd control or whatever they call it, CCs or whatever. Because I discovered, and you'll see this in my footage, I discovered that there are ways to manage the enemies or the mobs that you are engaging with. If you feel like you need to put some distance between them, or if you just want to run away, you fire off these 2 AoEs essentially, and you can freeze them in space, and that gives you a little bit of a leeway to kind of get going and get the fuck out of there. So all of that to say, at this point in time, if you're going to ask me, are you enjoying WoW? The answer is There was some interesting moments so far. For example, I really liked the story with Hope Saldean, who turns out to be Vanessa Van Cleef. Spoilers. I like that. I have some beef with how that story was executed, but in general, I thought the concept of that story, the theoretical framework of that story, to be very, very fascinating and very compelling. when I started trying to figure out who killed Furl Brows and why, I instantly went to the women because they were all standing by tables with knives and kids or other kind of prostitute type women. I can't tell. But anyway, so it just felt like, were they eating people? What was going on here? And then I came to, you know, the orphan Hope, who was adopted by the farmer Saldan. And then I was like, oh, it could be her. It could be her. So it was like actually pretty nice to see that your hunch was correct in terms of it was Hope. And that felt good. And it felt appropriate. It felt like things don't need to be 110% surprise in order to work for a gamer, in my opinion. At least not for me. I don't need to be fully surprised in order to feel investment in a story. My investment in the story comes from build up and from time spent with a character. And I think that's where Westfall feels more like a series of events that you just so happen to be participating in. And yeah, it's not it's it's got some ups and downs. That's what I'll say. So I'm probably going to be finishing Westfall soonish, and then I'm going to see where the game kind of tries to channel me, what quests I've picked up that could be leading me elsewhere. Will I die? Will I figure out Arcane Mage? Will I understand what this rotation is? All of this to say that probably in about 3 to 4 weeks, I might come back to everyone with another update and probably a legitimate cry for help about Arcane Mage. So far, I'm not looking for specific advice or specific narrative explanations. And the reason for that being is that I want to approach this game the same way I approached Final Fantasy XIV, which is as a relative blank slate. And I want to basically test the game for how it gets the player in, how it explains things narratively and mechanically. And so far, I feel like WoW is not as clear. I feel like Final Fantasy XIV, at least for me, felt more like they had training wheels on in A Realm Reborn. And for some people, that might be annoying. For me, it was not. It was extremely helpful. The way that they introduced the different abilities to you was slower and more careful and methodical, in my opinion, so that you understood where everything would start fitting in. Generally speaking, I thought it was pretty good. I could be wrong, of course, but I thought it was really good for a newbie MMO player. In terms of tap targeting and all of that, I feel like 14 made more sense. But I have since learned that 14 has a way more structured form of combat, which is not everyone's cup of tea, and that World of Warcraft is a bit more fluid and a bit more decision oriented, which might appeal to a chunk of the male gamer or female gamer. I shouldn't be really defining the sexes at this point. It might be a gamer preference, and maybe I just want brain rot. Maybe I just want a brain rot class that I can just play easily, and maybe that's why I'm a summoner, warrior, white mage main. I don't know. I probably just suck. Let's all be real here, guys. I've never pretended to be awesome anyway to begin with. So maybe I should just call this series the Sucky MMO player attempts. Wow. I liked the concept of hunter and having a pet. I loved that until I realized I had to control the pet and tell the pet what to do and what not to do. And I was just like, oh, fuck me. So anyway, all of that to say, so far, I've run into various walls with the whole World of Warcraft classes and how they play, but we shall see, we shall endure, and we shall try to figure out this game and you know, years after my discussion with Aquilon, maybe I'll be able to go back to him and tell him I've actually played the game for myself, and here are my final, you know, more definitive analysis of the game and the narrative, and where I feel like it might be struggling. And so far, I think I have an inkling. There's some little things I've seen here and there that have given me an idea as to where this issue might lie in terms of narrative. But once again, I want to give more time into playing the game to come back and then state something probably really obvious that everyone else already knew. But anyway, that's what it is. I'm going to go on my own journey, and yeah, check out the footage that I have playing here, and hopefully don't lose your hair too much, as I clearly struggle with this class. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, I'll see you around.